What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibreville. What is it? There we go. No intro tonight. The video that I spent $3,000 to make so I could play as like an advertisement. That's what's getting me shadow banned. They're saying the music on there isn't copyrighted, so that's what's getting me strikes. So from now on, I'm not going to play the commercial. Just get right into it now, and yeah, it's pretty weird not to hear that music and see the intro. But new day. Finally figured out what's wrong, which is actually nice. Hopefully, YouTube will be a little bit nicer to us on unshadow ban. That'd be pretty helpful. But it is what it is. Hope you guys are doing well. And what do you know? I called it again last month, April. I told you April 8th was going to be the bottom, right around there, 8th or 9th. Said it in March, and then everyone thought May was going to be bullish, including myself. And I said, always in bullish months, we start off sluggish. The first week is always bearish. And sure enough, played out exactly to a T. Everyone started to freak out. And I said, the day of the ETH upgrade or the day after, May 7th or 8th, we're going to start ripping. And sure enough, guys, what happened? Fireworks, the Greek candles, everything but what our gem Veracity that I was talking about the other night. And there's some extreme FUD going around. Gonna clear that up. But Corium, the only other coin that's red right now. Very interesting, but feels good. Everything should be up in your portfolio on average 15% right now. The winners closer to 40%, if not more. If you got some of the high flyers. Crypto Cake Show, appreciate Viberville. If you don't know what to listen, then here tonight and learn. Yep, I agree, bro. Here to spread the stuff that I find, right? I'm blessed. I can do research every day. I don't have to go to a job. This is my job. Crypto is my job, building Viberville, doing research, understanding what's coming, and being able to help out my family, friends, everybody that doesn't understand it or believes the mainstream, just has their money in a 401k or a retirement account. That's what really motivates me, is people that work their whole lives. They did really well. They saved, $1 million or so, and they think that's going to, get me through retirement. And all of a sudden we're depreciating the dollar at 8% a year. And next thing you know, that $1 million in 2020, they printed 4x the money supply. There was $4 trillion in circulation in 2020, 5 trillion-ish. And now there's over 20. So your $1 million you had in the bank in 2020 is now worth about 200,000. It's disgusting. People don't understand that. So their entire life savings just get ripped out from under them. And that's where I'm trying to show my family, hey, you need to at least put 5% into this crypto stuff. If you think I'm crazy, that's fine. But if you could just take 5 to 10% of what you have in the stock market, in mutual funds, whatever you're invested in, and just put it into these cryptos, that 5 to 10% will outperform everything. And it's all you need. And I really believe that. If you have no exposure to crypto and you take out 10% and you put 2% into Ripple, 2% into Hedera, 2% into Quant, 2% into Stellar, 1% into Cubic, I'm just, Flare, stuff like that. Man, guys, I can't wait to see what the future brings. I don't know why I'm on A1A. Sonny's coin. It's at the top of the list, but let's see how PulseChain's doing here. Really not pumping hard, except what? Wrap Bitcoin, the gem. I love it. Shout out to Dominance. It's tanking hard, but what am I doing? I rebought. I've been telling you guys, Dominance. I switched my strategy from trying to accumulate PDI in this bear market to now accumulating wrap Bitcoin. Really did think PDI was the biggest narrative potentially in crypto. was going to be so big for PulseChain, but now things change. You know, more information comes out, shit happens. And now we're rotating from stacking PDI to stacking wrap Bitcoin. Through Enki is paying me wrap Bitcoin and dominance. You know, I've earned over 5 wrap Bitcoin since I got into dominance. And right now we're down at 40 cents. So I bought another 1,000 of them this morning or so at, I think it was 33 cents around there, because then the volume was at like 70K and now we're at 188. So, yup, look at that. It was down here at 33 cents, 34 cents. So I bought more then. And now that the volume's up, hopefully the reward should be up. But I got out of it. I knew this was coming. I was looking at the RSIs and I took profits like at around $1 up here a couple days ago. I rebought in, I think at 75 cents, and then sold out and just kept my moon bag of like 300 or 400 coins. And that earned me only like 0.1. So then I unloaded this morning again at 33 cents. And you know what? I think it's going to come back. If not, it is what it is. You know, my beast, I rotated my dominance into beast. That beast hasn't been doing that bad. It's kind of just been chopping. You know, some might be down like 30%, but the rewards from Mesor have been great. But I am slowly like scaling out. And I actually bought another world's greatest PDI printer. I saw Maria was buying PDI, so now I have 4 of them, I think. So this is it now. I'm good. I don't need to do anything. I can just let my printers print me PDI for the next 6 months or however long. I should have hundreds of thousands of them. And now I don't have to worry about the PDI narrative. If it happens, great. If not, great. And then, Sparta. Yeah, I was watching Wreck to Riches, and he was talking about Sparta. So I got a little bag of that. And then King has been doing really well, almost doubled up since I re-entered at like sub 1,000. Yep, down in here. Shout out Goo God. So King's doing good. This thing pays you back. Teddy, Hex. Oh, that's where my PulseX is coming from. I thought it was Hex. All right, shout out King, paying me back PulseX. Perfect. I love it. But yeah, I don't know. I actually gotta pay attention to see what's going on in the Finvesta ecosystem or the OG Web Chef ecosystem. But just looking at the dominant or the volume on dominance is up from like 70K to 188. That makes me bullish. And then Beast. Yeah, see, we're down to 80K volume on Beast. So Beast volume is definitely coming down. But I don't care. Around $1, like that's where I think I actually did sell the rest of my Mesor into more Beast this morning because it's just at rock bottom. And I don't know, maybe it's the end of the ecosystem, maybe not. But if it is, the 5+ wrap Bitcoin put me in so much profit. We're good to go. Aion. Yep. This sub, it just basically follows Tau. AI agentic machine that brings messages from the future, powered by BitTensor. So this is my leverage play on Tau because I missed it. I thought I was late. I started buying this thing at almost $1 when Goo showed it to me. So I had like a couple hundred coins because at one point it was $500 almost. And now I think I have like 1,500 because it was down to like 12 cents. So I got just buying the bottom. That's it. There's no magic. There's no secret sauce besides the best coins, buying them early. That's it. And just holding. What up, Camo Joe? Tin top. Appreciate you guys. I've been getting the base gems that where I've been focusing on. DeSci, decentralized science. I think it's going to be a big narrative. So I've been really focusing on that lately. And we talked about ResearchCoin. All right. This is Brian Armstrong's project, guys. And Base, there was some big news with Coinbase that just came out today. And Base is going nowhere. Like, look at this chart. This thing was at $1.50. It's at 33 cents. So if this isn't the easiest like 10x ever, I don't know what is. Brian Armstrong's Coin Research Hub, where if you have a scientific breakthrough or a medical breakthrough, You could submit your paper to the research hub here, and if it gets approved, like, he gives out grants. It's really cool. So I got into this. I just can't see this thing failing. They're one of two companies that actually have like a license or are like the actual peer review places you can go. I think it's like Noble Block. I forget the name of the other project, but he's got such a heads up on the market now. And this is, according to CZ, one of the best uses for blockchain and crypto is decentralized science and like medical records and all that on the blockchain. And then you combine it with AI, and that's the next level. So I really like ResearchCoin. Miggles are gem pumping like crazy. I look at that. The meme coins do run the hardest. They're not all gonna run, but if it like that's what I've been saying. The blue chip memes and the ones that had the communities throughout this bear market, the ones that didn't die, there was a huge consolidation, but the ones that were loyal and stayed, seeing the biggest gains. Moo Dang, Brett, Miggles. So that's why I just held and do hold a couple blue chips. Let's see how Foxy's doing on Linnea. That's just a random Foxy. Yeah, not doing much. Up 10%. You'll see, I've been looking at the stochastic RSI. So now they're at the top. And every time they're up here, like, it's going to come back down. It's just impossible for it not to. So we're going to see a little dip. Let's see the daily. Yeah. All right. So we could turn up, but I just don't see it. Every time we come down, we head down, we come all the way back down regardless. So is Bitcoin going to continue with dominance for a little bit? It could, which is crazy to think that Bitcoin dominance is above 65%. Trading view. Yeah, guys, I got nothing planned for tonight's stream, guys. I've been really busy. We got chickens today. And that, man, it's definitely crazy hearing chirping 12 feet away from you. All right, search. Let's see the VIX. Oh my God, yeah, perfect. Like I say, look at that. COVID, we ran up hard and then boom, had the bull run. And look at this. This is crazy. Between last summer when the reverse carry trade and then this, I still think there's one black swan that's going to happen in the next like 3 months. That's going to drain liquidity from the markets. I really think that's the only thing we have to worry about. But that problem's already been accounted for, planned for, and that's what stablecoin regulation is going to take care of. All right, where am I going here? VIX, no, we want Bitcoin dominance. No, we don't want the weekly. Could be the 1 hour. Holy shit. Oh my God, guys. Let's fucking go. Holy shit. Bitcoin dominance. That was the top. Oh my God, guys. We are about to run so freaking hard. Holy shit. I did not see this. Wow. Dominance. It's falling off a cliff. This is freaking amazing. Awesome. Absolutely incredible. So, the other one thing I want to Block V and SMT smart markets, like these two are absolute gems. Obviously everything in the Titan X Eagle, we'll talk about that right now. Actually, the Titan X Hub, now that ETH is moving 20%, this is great. This is great for the ecosystem. This is literally what we need. This is the catalyst to spark the Titan X run. ETH moving 20% in a day, and now we get to just springboard off of that. I mean, there's not everything's green. Except Ascend, come on, and Flare, the dumpers, man. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is awesome. Titan X, Dragon X up 25-30%. Morpheus, where we up? 20. All right. All right. At least we lost to 0 now. Back to 5. But I think this is where Dragon X makes a little bit of a move against Morpheus, because we went on a little bit of a tear there. Yeah. So we made a new high. Now we're coming back down. Probably come back down to like just under 0.3. Oh, we are now. But man, this thing is just trending up and up and up. Like, just by holding Morpheus, you're going to increase your Dragon X bags. Like, I hold 0 Dragon X and only like 3 billion Titan X left. It's all in Morpheus. Then we're going to see a rise like this again. Switch.win is crushing, guys. If you're not using it right now, what are you doing? Today, I had to send some money to PayPal. It's cheaper. Like, in PayPal, if you send ETH or whatever, you know, you have to sell it and eat the like $1.99 fee. So what I do is I go to Switch.win and I swap for PayPal USD. I don't know why it's not in here. Oh, it's because it's on base. Duh. ETH. So it cost me 87 cents to buy $150 of PYUSD. 87 cents. And then when it was in my wallet to send it to PayPal was like $1.50. So Switch.win is so cheap, it's half the price of Ascend. So if you're still using Uniswap or anything else, stop. And the tiny fees that are collected, guess what? They go to a great use, which is helping to buy and burn Morpheus. Aggregator fees are now being used. And that started very, very recently. It was not, that was not going on forever. I think it was down in here. I think it was the mid to end of April where that started. So you could see, like, we were just chopping, fell down. But now we're starting to move up. And we're going to continue to move up against Dragon X. To race to the top in the ecosystem. But it's great because everyone's here to motivate each other and push each other along and not like shit out each other, hold each other back, fud each other's ecosystems. Like, Titan X has a great community. Oh, bro, I didn't even talk about that. That's going to be massive too. Because Richard Hart, his message he just put out was awesome. Crypto Banter, he slipped up and he was like, oh man, let me see. I think Richard Hart, he beat the SEC. And he's like, oh yeah, he pulls up the video. He's like, oh yeah, I already watched it this morning. I may have watched it this morning. It's like, you little fucker, you knew exactly what's going on, but he ain't gonna pay you, and you fucking talk so much shit about him. You look like a fool now, but that's all right. People have no memory span, zero accountability. But man, when Titan X and PulseChain come together, oh, it's gonna be huge. I actually started a Morpheus and King pool. There it is. But I can't add any more liquidity to it. It like won't let me. But if you guys want to, if anyone wants to do this, if you got Morpheus and King and you want to help the ecosystem out, this is how we do it. We start a big pool right here. Gugat will love that. Here, I'll put the pair in the chat. And if you guys are holding Morpheus on or King on PulseChain, you can bridge Morpheus over. I think there actually is some Morpheus. I think there's a Morph Titan X on PulseChain, a small one. Yeah, there it is. Doop. Oh, let me get there. All right, good. Because I was able to buy a little bit. But sheesh, look at that. It's just more on PulseChain. Morpheus is just crushing Titan X. So what you do is you go over and you swap your Morpheus for Titan X and then bridge it over to ETH. Or you bridge Titan X over and swap, but the ratios will get fixed. There's such a small amount in there. So this is what we need to see, guys. Bringing communities together. That's what Richard Hart is going to start talking about too, is bringing liquidity together. It doesn't matter what chain you're on. All that matters is having liquidity out there, and interoperability is the new thing. Wrap Bitcoin. Let's go. I was just saying, I thought it was 350 earlier. Yeah, 350. Awesome. But this is great. Like to know I made 5 wrap Bitcoin from dominance. And all the rewards. I built a bag of some solid X. I just been stacking with the rewards, and that was great to get through the bear market. The last little part. But man, Veracity, that's crazy. So yeah, we'll talk about that real quick. Layer AI is pumping hard because the XRP stuff. I don't know what's going on with this coin because the liquidity keeps dropping. It looks like it's flash crashing to zero. I don't know what's going on. Holy Jesus, this is crazy. But it's all right. Never mind. Somebody just dumped the chart. I don't know. This isn't right. But Veracity, yeah. Where is it? I posted a tweet about it. There's so much fun out there, guys. The coin, it's a gem. All right. Veraviews.io. I forgot to bring this up the other night on the Veracity stream. I X'd out of the tab early on by accident, but this is huge. All right, I was talking about being able to detect fraud, where if you have an ad and you're paying for people to watch it, but you're getting scammed and bots are just saying, oh yeah, someone watched it, but there was no human on the other side. Well, Veracity fixes that with their suite of solutions, including ad exchange, SSP, advanced fraud detection tools, and a video player, ensuring a secure and transparent ad ecosystem. So this is how it works right here. The Veraviews, they got 5 steps: AI-powered fraud detection, know your business to ensure only legitimate advertisers and publishers operate within Veraviews. So they figured it out, guys. And if this is actually a thing in the future where it gets picked up and used, this is how you get 1,000x gem. So they have the patents, they have everything there. All we're waiting for is for it to hit the mainstream. And this could be the app that brings crypto to the mainstream. It could be, Block V and the NFT platform for Ben and Jerry's and Gucci and all these apps where NFTs are now the hottest thing inside your apps on your phone. Like, who knows, guys? No one knows. You just have to have an open mind, find stuff early. And when everyone's telling you it sucks or it's a shitcoin or you're crazy for buying that, that's the opportunity. That is the opportunity. What up, Mobius? Good to see you. No, that's the opportunity. When charts are dead and they look like shit, that's when you come in and you scoop them up. Aion right here. We were talking about it earlier. It's up 50% now in 24 hours. Look at how bad this chart looked for a little while. I got nervous when I was buying it at 12 cents a little while ago, to be honest. Like I found it like somewhere end of December maybe, or end of January, and it was a falling knife. And I was like, all right, it bottomed out here. You know, we're going to chop sideways and then move. And then boom, we rolled over again in March. I was like, oh my God. So I was down hundreds of dollars. But you know what I did? I 4x'd my bag when it was down to 12, 10 cents. 1,000 coins was $100. So I actually should have bought much more. But when the coin is that dead, that's how hard it is to go back and buy much more of it. You know, I have like 1,500 coins now. So I added, I think, 1,000 maybe, or I had 250 and I added 1,250. I don't even remember. I think I put a couple $100 into it back here. And it was at least $1 or around there. And that $250 went down to freaking $25. And that's where it's so hard to be like, all right, I'm going to back up the truck unless you've done the research and you have conviction. And this was a coin that Gugad gave to me. It was one of his picks. I know it's going to do well, but there was so much other stuff I was looking at. And now, yeah, I regret it, but I did add to my bag and now it's going to pay off. And Miggles, you know, this thing too, super suppressed. That's what that noise is. Collector app. Look at that, Miggles. Holy jeez. It's all it takes right there. Boom. Now we're off to the races. Hopefully, but no one knows, guys. No one knows. We could rip straight for the next 3 months. We have a black swan tomorrow. I just know in 3 years, 5 years, I'm in the right projects. I'm in the right blue chips all across crypto. The gamble coins, cool. They could do 1000x or do nothing. I don't care. But the core coins I own, the blue chips, they're going to be what secures my future. And if you don't know how crypto is going to work in the next couple of years, like everything is about to change. I want you guys, this is your homework for tonight, is to watch this video from Mr. Alan Staple right here. And he talks about deposit tokens. And I did a stream about them maybe in 2023 about how they were going to work and how each bank was going to have deposit tokens. And those were going to be lines directly to the Fed, where that's real money now. You're not borrowing it from somebody. It replaces the bond market. And that's where this is going. And guys, watch this video. Put it away. Watch it tomorrow. But Alan breaks down where the market is going incredibly well. And when you see this, when you understand it, that it's just a matter of time, the assets we own right now are what the banks want, are what all the hedge funds want, because they're going to be used to earn yield. You got to think of the blue chips like XRP, like XLM, like HBAR, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, Solana. They're all like little businesses of yours where you buy your business and then it's like a work crew and you put it to work and you want to buy the businesses that return the best yield, and the cryptos are going to pay us a couple percent a month minimum, 2, 3, 4% a month. Do you imagine that? So you have $100,000 or $1 million and you can earn 10% easily on that. There's $100,000 a year. You can earn 25% on that. There's $250,000 a year. And that's where all this is going. Like, we're going to eventually get rid of this fiat Ponzi system with digital dollars that come straight from the Fed, where there's no intermediary. That's what Ripple's doing right now, trying to acquire Circle. And because Circle, through Cantor Fitzgerald, has a Fed line. And that's the key, is right to the Fed. There's no CBDC. There's just digital dollars straight from the Fed. And they're going to be probably backed by gold. And so I don't know how it's going to play out, but I know we're positioned to capitalize off of it perfectly, to own the assets that are going to be used to power the financial system. And people are going to say, well, why can't they just go around XRP? Because the banks don't have the liquidity. They need to source liquidity, and XRP is the perfect intermediary. It's a neutral asset to settle between, right? So if you're Bank of India and you have a transaction that you're sending to Bank of Brazil, they need to settle in real on one end, and all across the other way, they want to settle in US dollars. You use XRP and each side comes out and settles in the currency that they want instantly. And there's $27 trillion that are locked up right now in the Nostro Vostro account. So as soon as they go to instant settlement, if you try to wire money right now from New York to China or Australia, it's going to take you days. There's trillions of dollars locked up. Ripple frees that up instantly. It's huge. And the banks don't trust each other. So they need a third-party, reliable place to settle. And that's the XRP ledger. Love it or hate it. And that's the perfect other side of your portfolio than the DeFi stuff that we love, the Titan X stuff, the PulseChain stuff. That's DeFi. This is super high risk, high reward, but I think there's going to be a huge bear market for these projects because when you go up a lot, you're going to come down harder. But what's going to drive the next wave of institutional money and capital and projects is DeFi. Is institutions being able to earn 2% a month, 3% a month on their assets. That's crazy. And that's going to be the obsession, I think, this cycle. So stable coins are the floodgates to bringing them on chain, getting them used to DeFi. And then the next step is the deposit tokens, where that's why I think the neobanks are such a big deal, where these crypto exchanges are going to become banks so they can get their Fed charters. And now all of a sudden you have 5 exchanges that join together and pretty much control everything. Yeah, you're still going to have your small banks that are going to be able to offer like Uniswap internally, and they're going to have stuff built out for their customers, but I can just see the consolidation happening right now and how this is going to work. And Caitlin Long with Custodia Bank. She's another one. I watched an interview with her this week and Scott Melker, and she was talking about how hard it was to get that Fed charter and how much they basically just screwed her because there's no need for the bonds. There's no need to lend out dollars anymore. You go right to the source, and that's what's just game changing about this. So watch that interview with Mr. Alan Staple right here. I put it in the chat. It's an hour long. Put it on 1.3x. It's like 45 minutes, but I promise you it's worth it to understand where this is going and to position yourself with the assets that are going to be needed to facilitate this new system, moving money around the world at lightning speed, tokenizing assets, bringing stocks on chain, as that's where it's all going. And it just happened today. The SEC and Ripple agreed that the fintech company will pay just $50 million to settle a long-running lawsuit over XRP sales. So I think there's still a couple loose ends that have to be tied up, but this is big right here. We can finally put this to rest. District Court Annalisa Torres ordered Ripple to pay $125 million last year. The SEC said that under settlement, the court Tuesday, $50 million will go to the regulator. The remainder of the escrow funds will go back to Ripple. Judge Torres must approve the agreed upon. That's what it is. All right, so she has to approve it. The judge got to sign off on it, and I think it's over. So I don't think more than maybe 30 days, and that's going to come right around when stablecoin regulation is put in. They turned it down today. Why, guys? Because Elizabeth Warren is up here screaming that Trump is making so much money and it's just ridiculously corrupt and they need to stop this right now. Friggin' it's a joke. It's not going to happen. And this right here is all part of like the game that's played in front of us. And then they're going to create the problem. And then they're going to usher in the solution. I don't know what the problem is going to be now. Because Japan, look, everybody around the world is lowering rates and flooding the markets with liquidity. China, Europe, Canada. So we might not have to cut, guys. I don't think we need a rate cut, honestly. With the Fed right now, with the 25 billion that they're buying back, they're just going to keep slowly ending QT. So in effect, it is QE, but they're not going to come out and say it. They have to do it differently than last time. They can't just come out and blatantly say, oh, QE, the printers are on. It's going to show that they lost full control of everything, and they can't be doing that. They have to have the illusion and the appearance that they are under control, but they're not. And it's not going to be long before the Fed is like obsolete, and we just have an AI system that can say, hey, this is where the money needs to go right now. And they can like run simulations and say, all right, if we put the money here, this is what happens. If we give it there, this is what happens. So you don't need to go back retroactively, look at data and make decisions when it's already too late. You know, the Fed needs to be making this stuff, these decisions proactively, not looking at data and going back and retroactive. It's so stupid. And then they, oh yeah, let's just manipulate the jobs data and correct it by 800,000 jobs. Like, what the hell? So you were off by that much. How do you have credibility anymore? So the fact that people just give these guys so much credit and power, it's nuts. And see, maybe it's my fault too for even talking about it. But the Jerome Powell, the Fed, they're a joke. All they are there to do is give an illusion of the economy to make the people think, yup, I got money in my pocket, or shit, it's tight right now, I can't spend. That's all they're there to do. And it's so powerful because if you think things are tight, you're not going to spend. If you think things are okay, you're going to spend your money. And it's all about just the psychology. It's fascinating. But guys, yeah, we made it. We made it to the bull market. Legislation is coming. We're so close. That's going to be the last step. And that's going to open up the floodgates for the institutions to pour money in. And I think the coins that really start to move, that the banks and institutions buy up and start owning and using, I don't think we're going to see a bear market for these coins. I really don't, because what's going to drive the valuation of them is on-chain activity, fees, TVLs going up. It's not going to be just retail speculation. So I personally think the 4-year cycles are done. I really do. Could I be wrong? 100%. But time will tell. I think we're going to run into early to mid 2026. Everyone's got PTSD from last cycle. That thinks this cycle is going to end this summer. Everyone's going to get out, and then we're going to run harder and again. And then who knows? By 2026, Trump needs to restructure the debt. So yeah, that's when it could get bad. But that's a year out. We just have started the banana zone. Shout out to Raoul Powell for blocking me. Badge of honor. Look, watching him at where was he just speaking? In Dubai. Looking at him on stage with his pants that were 4 inches too short. Oh my God. He looked like he had a banana up his arse. That's what it was. Coinbase and derivative deal. Firms, industries growing focus on derivatives. That's going to be huge, guys. Derivatives is all the money. And if the derivatives ever come on chain, holy shit. And Codius is the way that happens. Codius XRPL. So there's been rumors that this is dead. It's back. But this is the game changer that they've been working on. Oh, actually, no, I don't know if there's the website for it. Here we go. Codius, the smart solution contract for XRPL. It's limitations. But you look into this, you want to do some homework. It's hard to find because I think the amount of NDAs out here really squash this. But in some of the private groups I'm in, people talk about this, and if it is actually still being worked on, this is the solution that is going to change the game. But for now, deposit tokens, stable coins, then deposit tokens, and so much is going to change, guys. All the regulations, it's so pro crypto. They want us to make money. They need retail to have money, or else, it just doesn't work. People can't stay broke. The economy can't expand unless people have money. So I think people are completely sleeping on how fast these things can change, how much money can be pumped into these markets overnight, and how fast these things can go up, because they were artificially suppressed way harder than anyone could have foreseen. It just didn't make sense how low some of these coins were. And was that for a reason? I'm starting to think so. All for an illusion, to make you think the markets are dead, to keep you away from them. But I don't know, maybe I'm going crazy now. Too many rabbit holes, too much truth stuff. 98% of tokens on Pump.fun have been rug pulls or an act of fraud. What do you know? 7 million tokens have been launched on Pump.fun since its inception. 97,000 of the 7 million launched have maintained $1,000 in liquidity. Oh my God. Yeah, that's so funny. That's alarming. But I said it. That was the top last year. When they banned live streaming because how crazy it got, that was it. You can't take it any crazier than these people were doing. Hiding in dog cages, hurting animal. Like, it was nuts, guys. That was not healthy. That was not good. And I'm glad light has been brought to this, and people are starting to slowly rotate out. And still crazy how even in the top 100, the biggest winners are meme coins. Just shows you people don't have money. They need to gamble. It's a direct reflection of how the populace is doing. Trump, man, they're going to come after him for this coin. I just don't see how someone doesn't come after him for insider trading, manipulation. Like, the Democrats are pissed. And this in Melania, like the smoking gun. So even like when he leaves out of office in 4 years, like, can they come back and change the laws and everything? I just don't. AI and stuff is going to change the world at such a rapid pace. I think it's going to look so different in 4 years. The stuff that happened right now, no one's going to even remember about or care. There's going to be way different problems or way bigger fish to fry when AI is at our fingertips, where I can be like, all right, I want you to make me a video of all my favorite coins. Make it just give people so much FOMO. I want to see green candles. I want crazy. Like, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but you're gonna be able to like replace businesses, and it's just gonna be a different world. I try to think, how do we capitalize off of this? How can we front run it? Boarded crypto stylists. Hope all's well over there in Korea. But yeah, Bitcoin dominance falling off a cliff. I love it. I'm assuming this is still updating. Yeah, perfect. Bitcoin's at 102.4. I mean, this morning we're at what, like 97? I think we just smashed through. But now we need Richie to come out. Interpool's got to just drop it, and then Richard can start streaming and coming back. It's going to be fantastic. Pepe on oh, I forgot. I used to have a bunch of that. The Pepe. Pulse Wrap Bitcoin. It's the one. It's the one I'm stacking. Zero Pulse Chain. I got 60 million Pulse X. Like 1,000 ink, 1,500 ink. And like 1,000,000 E-Hex. Those are my cores. But I got, like, if I sold my PTGC and UFO, it's more than all that combined. So I have more in those two than the cores. And that's how I'm playing this cycle out. Collecting my passive income from Aion, from Anki, from Incognito. I just swing trading a little bit, but now's the time to just sit back. We did everything. We put in the work. We accumulated the best coins. That's all you can do. And people are now, they're going to call us lucky. From here on out, oh, you got lucky. Oh, you got lucky. Well, we'll see. We shall see. I don't think it was luck. If I haven't looked at any of the news sites, but it's super busy. That's been the first week of nice weather, so try to get plants in the ground, getting that farmer life going. Coinbase Q1 earnings and revenue estimates. That's one thing too, is I think a lot of stocks are going to come in and they're going to beat expectations this quarter, I'm hearing, which could lead to a little surge in the stock market. Oh, no way. Mashinsky got 12 years. Good, you scumbag. Of no more. They asked for a sentence of no more than 1 year. Well, prosecutors said he should spend 20. Was sentenced to 12 years. So he'll get out in what, 6? And then they'll give him probably time served. He's probably spent a year in there. That's disgusting. Like, how many lives did that guy ruin? And his lawyers had the audacity to ask for less than a year. It's like, that guy should be in jail for life. I'll go talk to all the people that had their life savings in Celsius that have gone through hell the last 3 years. How many hundreds and hundreds of people and families? And you're going to give him a year? No, give him 20. Give him 20 and bitch slap him on the way in. And that's all I got, fam. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's going to be phenomenal from here on out. I really do. I don't see anything that's going to stop us unless, obviously, a black swan. There's going to be a liquidity crisis or event that comes in the next 3 months, I think. But it should be smooth sailing. We should be following M2. Bitcoin it's trailing it by like 8 or 12 weeks. So it looks like it's straight up into the right. And guys, congratulations. Let's go. Smash that like button. If any need help, you feel like, oh shit, you're freaking out. Everything starts moving. You don't know if you're in the right coins. Reach out. Go to ByBraFinance.com. Book a one-on-one, and we'll get your portfolio straightened out and get you to the point where you could sleep at night knowing you own the best coins. They're earning you passive income, and you're set up to crush it this cycle. Because the last thing you want to do now is start rotating. This is the time you do not want to start selling bags and moving into stuff that pumps. It's how you get wrecked. So this is where less is more, and just relax and let the pump come to you.